Can you hear the music? No? Tiny bit?
Some bit, but negligible, not at all.
Okay, we're gonna start, I guess. Hello. Welcome. I think we're streaming also on Facebook. Yes, let me check. Yay. Yes. Hi. Hello. As people come in, we're gonna just welcome them in, but I just would like to open this space. Thank you for being here. And welcome to the new moon in Cancer Sacred Soul Circle. So just so you know what to expect, we'll be on for 60 minutes or less. I'm going to try to keep it within the hour, and I'm going to give you astrology updates. There's going to be also a card pull for whoever is live, whoever wants one. And there's also going to be a journaling prompts, and we'll do like a visualization activation thing. And then we'll share if we want, and then wrap up. So yes, I am so excited, and I'm sorry I had to move the day. Life happened. I have been going through this period of quite intense initiations because I've been doing a lot of work on my gene keys, and it seems that they really have been, like, if you know gene keys and you know the way they activate your DNA. And so it's like really like if you're in the shadow, your shadows will come up and they'll be activated, and then they also manifest on the physical plane, and they also manifest in your body. So there have been certain things that have come up for me regarding my health, regarding situations in my life in the 3D, that doing this work I've had to navigate. And it's actually so beautiful because I woke up today feeling like a new, almost like a new woman. Like I shed so much skin and layers during probably since March to now. And I've been really like called to do this sacred soul circles again, because I just love to be with soul family and together. And I feel like in these moments where the astrology is aligned, the stars align, and there are portals open, we have a chance to really move things in our energy when we are aware of what's happening, so above as below. And so like it's very beautiful together, and I'm so happy that you're here, whoever's live and also on the replay. So thank you so much for being here. And so let's start off with some astro updates and like what's happening in the energies and everything. So I actually went for a beautiful walk, and while I did, so much information was channeling through that I would like, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you, as well as what aspects are actually in the sky right now that we are working with. It's a really evolutionary time in humanity, and I feel like I say this on every circle and every time, but each like aspect that we are going to be looking at is like showing us so much of like what's happening. I'm gonna request you to please mute if that's okay, John. I don't know how to mute people, and I don't think I have this function here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just so that we don't distract from what I'm saying. And okay, so as I said, this new moon is in the sign of Cancer. It's in the sign of the mother. It's in its exaltation. That means that the moon being in Cancer is where she's most at home, because the moon is ruled, the Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is the energy of the mother, whereas the sun is the energy of the father. So also the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So we have a lot of feminine energies at play right now, which is very, very beautiful. So it's a very like feminine moon. We go inwards, it's the dark moon because it's new. This is a wonderful time to seed intentions. This is an opening of a new chapter, and I'm going to go into all the details about that. So like I said, there's a lot happening in feminine aspects in this moon right now. And there's also an aspect which is super, super potent right now, which is the nodes of destiny, the nodes of fate, which are the North Node and the South Node, are changing signs. So how this works, if you're a little bit new to astrology, is we have a North Node, which is our evolutionary path forward. It's usually energies that we have not experienced in any lifetime. It's like fresh, new energies, ways of being that humanity is called to move towards. The South Node are the energies that we have experienced in our past lives, in like their karmic patterns. There are what our ancestors and us we lived through. So these things and soul contracts and all of that's in the South Node. We move away from the South Node into the North Node. That's why these are so pivotal when they move. They are in two signs on the polar opposite polarities, let's say, each 18 months. So we are moving from Scorpio, that was in the North Node, and Taurus. Oh wait, am I getting this mixed up? Okay, I'm gonna recheck on that. But one of them was in the North Node, Scorpio and Taurus. I believe it's Scorpio. Scorpio maybe was in the South and Taurus was in the North. And we're moving into Aries in the North and Libra. So I want to focus on what we're moving into, because we've already moved into it yesterday, actually, as of yesterday, when the moon was new. And Aries is the sign of the pioneer, the warrior. It's the first sign of the zodiac. So it's a lot about self. But because the moon, the North Node and South Node are always in signs that ask for us to balance. Libra, which is the South Node, is all about our relationships. It's all about balance, and it's all about finding the balance and harmony in our relationships. And that can be any relationship with your parents, it can be with your loved ones, it can be with friendships, your work, your colleagues, your clients, your team. And what this evolutionary aspect is actually asking us to do is, because it's in the North Node of Aries, it's asking us to step into our sovereignty. It's asking us to know ourselves better, who we are on a soul level, what we want to step into, like what's our soul's path. And this is the evolutionary path for humanity as it is. And then the balance is, how can we be in our sovereignty and be in our power with our boundaries in place and everything, and still have harmonious relationships with others. And this is, like, for me, speaking from myself, relationships have been a growth edge for me. And so it's massive. It's a massive stuff may come up during these 18 months. And because this is like a collective update, I wouldn't be able to tell you where, but it will be in a certain house. So if you go on YouTube and you Google, North and South nodes of destiny, Aries and Libra, and look at it's usually going to be your ascendant, which will be super accurate if you're looking at, if you're not working with an astrologer like one-to-one. If you're working with an astrologer one-to-one, they can look at your sun sign as well. And that gives so much more accuracy, obviously. But okay, I'm going like really geeky and technical now. So I love this stuff. So anyway, how do you stay in your sovereignty in relationships and stand with others? Because also we are moving into the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about community, and it's all about, others, and being harmonious with others, and the collective mindset. So it's a little bit of a juxtaposition time at this moment, because I was also talking in this in a container, in one of my group containers today, how everything happens so instantaneously in the world right now. Like, we move at the speed of light. Everything is possible at the click of a button. The way we do business and the way we market and the way we want instantaneous results and instantaneous gratification. Yet our planet and the way we are meant to be is imbalance. And so this moon, because it's in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer in the feminine, it's slower, it's more internal, it's asking us to create space in our daily lives, to take pauses, to slow down, to investigate who we are and what we want. Because when we aren't in the, rat race of every day getting things done, doing our task lists, whatever that may be for you, we can find time to be with ourselves, and just being is going to help us move more towards our knowing ourselves, and also knowing what our soul is here and what we actually want. And so going back to Cancer for a second, Cancer is the sign, like, as I said, it's the mother, so super nurturing. It's about our home. It's about our hearth and home. It's about what feels like home to us. Where is home for you? Like, what relationships feel like home, and your home in general? How can you make the place you are, whether it's the physical space or it's the space inside you or within your relationships, more feel more safe, have more of this like nurturing feeling that allows you to be all of who you are, and looking out for the relationships and places and where you don't feel that. I hope this is making sense. It's kind of like half the stuff I channeled, and like now more stuff is coming in. So I'm hoping that this is landing for you. Hang on, I'm gonna check my notes for a second. So normally when we're asked to go inwards, you know, a lot of people, and when we go into dark nights of the soul and etc., and we shut down from the world, and this is not what's being asked of here. And I just want to make that distinction. Like, you don't need to cut yourself off from the world to do this work, and also to work on yourself and to heal. Sometimes you may need that, and that's fine, and that's great to honor your needs. But it's like also coming back to who we're with in life and who's important to you in your life. And there's been a whole dismantling in the last 18 months of, because we were, I think it was South Node Scorpio, toxic relationships that don't serve us, dynamics that are unhealthy, whether that's with money as well, whether that's in like relationships with people. So this is another layer of that. And we also have an aspect which is super beautiful with Venus is also in the sky. And Venus represents all of the things that we love about life. So like all of our comforts, our senses as human beings, what we're here to experience, beauty, love, money, abundance, prosperity, our work in the world, all of the beautiful things. Venus is here in the sky to support us receiving and moving more towards our like desires and fulfilling our needs. And Venus also represents our core values. So that's also adding another layer to the Cancer, like what feels safe to you, what feels nurturing to you, or what are also your core values. And the nodes are being squared, which you don't need to understand, but a square, basically it's an aspect which is a little uncomfortable. It's a little direct, I guess you can say, by Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. So in this aspect, there's so much, you can see there's so much nurturing happening in the energies. There's so much to love about this time, and there's so much support. But there's also an aspect which can be a little uncomfortable, but it's also moving us towards our evolutionary intention, which is Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, as I said. And Pluto is in the sky pointing a finger. It's called the God's finger, and it's actually this position where it's pointing towards Venus right now, which is our core values. So the planet of death and rebirth is looking at our core values. So you can imagine like what's going to happen here is there's going to be a light shed on what needs to go, what needs to be rebirthed, what needs to be revised and like revisioned. And since I didn't mention this, I think that Venus is going to go into retrograde, which means when a planet goes into retrograde, we revisit things, we revise things, it's kind of like all the R's, we replenish things. So our core values are going to go through a kind of this period during 40 days of a revision process. So things may come up during these 40 days, and that's why this space is going to be so helpful. So my invitation to you is to create and cultivate a practice every day where you can take time and just be with yourself and be with what's coming up because that's what I've been initiated. One of my initiations during these months was to create space within my daily routine. And it's been an absolute game changer for me in terms of not looking for answers from outside of me and hearing what I need and allowing my soul to give me the medicine that I need in this moment. So whether that's something that you need to look at, what you need to think about, it's going to be different for all of us, because we are so different. We're so beautifully unique that I couldn't even tell you what this space will cultivate for you. But because the energies are intense, it's really, really good to create a space to slow down and to just be. I hope this is landing. Let me check on Facebook if we have any comments. I think we have one or two people watching. Let me know if this is landing, if you have any questions. I'm happy to take them.
So you mentioned about Aquarius as well in between. So what's up?
What's up with the Aquarius? So Aquarius, we are going into the age of Aquarius from the age of Pisces. So it's a huge, like, 100-year, I don't even know how many hundreds of years shift in humanity's evolution. The age of Pisces was really all about ourself, but in a way that there's been a lot of suffering in the age of Pisces. And we are moving out of kind of suffering and duality into more of a non-dualistic synergetic approach to humanity, where it's not that we won't be individuals anymore, but we are going to be more able to synergize together, work better together, understand each other. But first, the work comes from being who we truly are and deconditioning. And it's like the journey is long, because you can imagine hundreds and hundreds of years of evolution. So, but we start here. And so we're at the peak of a new age of where humanity is going to exist and be different. Like our minds are changing, our bodies are changing. We're receiving so many light codes. Where Earth is in the cosmos is completely different. And that's why the energies we're able to receive from the sun as well, it's different. And because of this and receiving these codes and being able to process them through our bodies, this is what's creating the change in the DNA. And then you have all the modalities like the gene keys, the human design, astrology, to help us navigate and understand what the heck is happening, basically. Does that answer your question? Okay, wonderful. So moving on and keeping an eye on the time as well. Okay, so I just want to touch upon the fact that, again, I was listening to Richard Rudd, who is the founder of the Gene Keys, and he was saying that the evolutionary intention of Earth is, and the higher in, like, if you can think of the higher self of the Earth, is called Gaia. And Gaia is, her evolutionary intention is to become in balance. And so as beings of the Earth, our evolutionary intention is also to be in balance. That's why we have a lot of a masculine, feminine balancing happening. We have a lot of the union going on, so many things, right? Like this, as fast as our world is, there's also a call to slow down again. So there's always like a balance to be found. And Libra, even if she's in the South Node, it's the sign of balance. It's the scales. So we are moving away from a time where we as humanity were imbalanced into more synergy, into more balance, into more harmony. And that is through discovering our soul's path, who we are, stepping into this pioneer archetype of Aries. And let's see, am I done with this? Venus, yes. So I just want to end by saying that this new moon is huge. It's not just a new moon and then in the next 6 months we're going to have a full moon. This is launching us into an 18-month chapter. So whatever you seed in this new moon, you are going to be taking through the next 18 months, which is massive. So just really be super intentional with this time and give yourself so much grace for whatever's coming up for you, and know that it's for our highest and greatest good always, because our planets and the energies on Earth and everything moves through us to help us, not hurt us. And this is something that I've had to learn through my life, going through a lot of darkness and learning that and how to alchemize it with light. And this is also yin and yang. And it's also our dualistic nature of hard stuff comes up for the good stuff to then happen, you know? So I just want to end the update with this last word. And I'd love to go into a card pull now. So would you like one? Palumi, John, let me know if you'd like a card pull. And whoever's watching on Facebook as well, please let me know. I'm going to start shuffling the cards and tune in. John, you can you don't need to speak. You can tell me in the comments. Kim, hello. Or maybe he's just watching. So Palumi, would you like one? Yes. Okay. Let me tune in here. So it'd be really awesome to... Hello, John.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
Wonderful, thanks. Yeah.
Good, so good to meet you.
Yeah,
Would you like a card pull, John?
I'd love one, thanks.
Awesome, awesome. Let's do that. So I'll do Palumi, I'll do Kim, and then I'll do...
Just tell me if I need to mute again.
Oh yeah, could you mute while I pull the cards, and I'll let you know when I'm pulling yours, and then you can unmute again. Thank you. Okay. So yes, I was saying that as I do this, it would be just think of something that's an an intention that you want for yourself for this reading, and something that you'd like an answer to or a focus upon, because it will help direct the cards. Okay, we'll see. We'll let spirit decide how many come out for you, Palumi. Oh, 2 came out. That's so cool. Okay. So we have these 2 cards for you, Palumi. 6 of Cups and the Moon. So I'll do this card first. The 6 of Cups means it's kind of like the energy of reminiscing. When you think back to your childhood or your younger days, and it's kind of the energy of, you know, when like good things happened back when you were younger. And yeah, it's the energy of you maybe visited a lot with those. So it could be childhood, it could be your younger days, or it could even be past life stuff, because of what I'm pulling this in. And there are such, like, it's a portal, as I said. Right now you could also be receiving messages, receiving memories. So pay attention to what comes up, because that's really interesting, because our childhood and all of this also creates, like, determines what we feel is safe, right? Because our world as a child is determining what we feel good in and what feels home and what feels safe as adults. We create all of it when we're young. Does that make sense? Yes. So just paying attention to, like, if any memories come up, and maybe journaling, tuning into it. And then you have also the Moon, which is also the sign of Cancer, which is beautiful. So the Moon also means that there's not a lot of clarity right now. So maybe the messages you may be receiving, they won't be as apparent. But I feel like as we go into the next moon, as we go into the full moon, more clarity will come. So just notice, take note of what's coming up. And as we go into the next moon, you're going to have more clarity. And I don't know, depending on what you were thinking of, what was the intention, you can also add that into what you were focusing on. Okay, good. Do you have anything to say? How's that landing for you?
It's landing quite clearly, especially with regards to the Six of Cups and what you were saying. I don't know about the past lives, but I was getting a lot of, so I always get a lot of throwbacks with the kind of times I used to have with my mom. So I'm always getting very much into that. So
Beautiful.
yeah, maybe like last day itself, I was just like talking to Rima about the same thing. Like she got some messages from her grandmom, so that just made me think that I wish I got messages from her, like my mom. So it just made me, it just instantly hit there. And with regards to the moon, like what I asked for is just guidance towards where I should be navigating for the next 18 months. So what you said that, and anyway, I was thinking like, let July be July, and then by August, and it just makes sense because within the next 2 weeks we will be having the full moon, so makes sense, feels aligned. So yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, so more clarity will come, but just so to add to the July and August, since you're bringing that up, these 2 months are very energetically charged. So expect there to be, like what I was saying, like the space needed during this time is going to be especially in July and August. And after that, we're going to have another shift of energies and it will feel different. But the Venus retrograde is quite intense because it's all about what we love. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. We'll go to Kim. Kim, I'm going to pull a card for you. And if you can think of a intention or focus, I'll just see what. Oh, okay. I got 4 cards. Whoa. Whoa. We'll just go with that. Okay, we have 4 cards that just flew out for you. So a lot of messages. Okay. So I'm going to go with these 2 first because it feels more relative. So you have, like Palumi, you have the 6 of Cups as well. Wait, what is she saying? Yes, 6 of Cups. So it's about, again, reminiscing your childhood. You may receive like messages about that. So tune into the memories that you're getting, the downloads that you're getting. And then you also have the 10 of Swords, and that is about endings. So the swords represent our mental constructs, anything about communication, about our thoughts, and something about your past. It could be a template, it could be a way of thinking, it could be, what I'm receiving is like some kind of paradigm is the word that's coming in. It's ending. And what you have maybe experienced in your childhood, something is coming to an end now. It's like an end of a cycle, because like I said, when the nodes shift, it's also the end of karmic cycles. And so that's you're moving away from something and you're moving towards, these 2 came out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so this is 7 of Swords. So again, it's all about communication, mental constructs. And this card actually means, it's kind of a card of, it represents betrayal, which is not necessarily what may happen, but it represents, like, in this aspect, I feel like it's something about being true to yourself. Where are you compromising your identity, what you feel, is like what your soul wants in this time. And I feel like it may not necessarily be someone betraying you, or someone, it also means like stealing from. It's the energy of like the thief. So it's like going into maybe an inquiry of, where am I not being honest with myself? Where am I not in integrity? I hope that makes sense. And then you also have the energy of the Ace of Wands, which represents your passions, your, like, what you want to create in the world. And that's why I said, with these 2 together, it's not about someone doing something to you. It's about you. Where are you not aligned, and where are you not in integrity? Does that make sense? Let me know how this is landing. I'm going to drink a sip of water meanwhile. So yeah, while we wait for Kim, that makes perfect sense. Oh my God, spot on. Amazing. So I'd love to know, like, what were you, if you want to share, what was your focus? Was it something about your soul's path? Anything like that? Okay, so John,
There.
yes.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. You can unmute. And so yes, John, think of something like I told Halumi and Kim that you'd like to focus these energies, the intention. What would you like an answer on? And I'll just shuffle and see what comes through. Okay. I want one more, please. Beautiful. All right. So we have here the Five of Pentacles, and it came out reversed. The Five of Pentacles, I'm going to explain to you what that means first, right way up. It's a card where you feel like you can see on this card, the imagery is like, you know, they're out in the cold, there's this lady, and then there's this kind of a beggar, and he's also kind of handicapped. And this is, the pentacles mean our material wealth in the world, our 3D sustenance. So everything that's material, to do with your work, your finances, food. And I remember receiving an email from you recently about your situation. I won't share with everyone, but I can really, really feel the energy of this. And the thing is that it's reversed. So it means that it's not something that's outside of you, it's something that's inside. Does that make sense?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Tell me what questions are coming up.
Well, I can understand the material within the world, kind of like a beggar and a cold place.
It's not literal. It's not literal, but it's like the symbolism of not feeling like you have enough yet.
Yes. So if it's reversed, that means it's inside of me. Oh, it's not out in the world, it's inside of me.
Right. It doesn't mean that it's not reflected out, but it does mean that it's more like right now it's an internal inquiry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't, strangely enough.
Okay, tell me.
Well, I'm somehow I feel the happiest I've felt in 20 or 30 years.
Wow.
I'm loving my days.
That's amazing. Yeah. Okay. So what that tells me is this could be something you're moving away from.
Yes, yes.
This is something that you were in, like an old energy that's falling away, because you also have this card, which is so beautiful, and you can see the colors. You can see the vibrancy. This is the Three of Wands energy. The Three of Wands is basically someone who is looking out into their future, their bright future, and looking at where they can go, what they can do. They're excited about life. You know, this energy of like new beginnings, adventure.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
That feels absolutely good.
Does that feel like what you're kind of experiencing currently?
Yes, certainly, but with certain strictures, as I've said.
Yes, sure. But it's energy first. So the energy of the Five of Pentacles that you're moved away, moving away, and it's replaced by this energy of hope, of optimism, of looking forward, being excited for the future, this kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that fits very well.
Cool. Okay. So that's what you're that's what you're experiencing now, what's coming in the future as well. So that's really positive and beautiful. I'm so glad.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I'm gonna do we have like 10 minutes. So I wanted to do a collective reading, but what I can do is save that because I'd love to do this activation. I feel like it'll serve everyone. So yes, you can keep your camera off, Balumi, if you want. You feel comfortable. I'm just going to guide us into a short visualization meditation to really ground a lot of the energies of what I spoke about today and really come back into our bodies and be able to anchor that in. Okay. So get into a comfortable seat, position, wherever you are. And I'd like to invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath into the core of who you are, of your body. Take 2 more deep breaths into your center. Breathing in and exhaling through your mouth. Breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And we can do one more. Breathing through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Letting something go. And I'd like you to find the places in your body where you feel like there's tension, or you feel like there's a little bit of dense, stagnant energy. And just breathe. Let your breath go into these places as you breathe. Allowing yourself to relax more into your body, deeply anchored. Allowing yourself to feel the places where you're touching any surface, your feet, your sits bones, your legs. Just feel really safe to be in your body. And I'd like you to connect to the feminine center. And even if you're a man, this is also your feminine center. It's the center of your sacral, of your womb space. So you don't have to have a womb to feel and have feminine energies. It's not gender based. So I'd like you to breathe into your sacral or your womb space. And this space in our body holds so much power, so much creative energy. And it's our divine connection through this space, especially if you're a woman. You have a divine connection to the divine through your womb. So with your breath, allow it to go there. Allow yourself to connect to the energy of your womb space. And if you can visualize a golden energy inside of your sacral or your womb space, and with each breath, this energy is growing. And just allow it to spread through your legs, through your feet, into the earth, into Mama Gaia. And into your abdomen and your heart. All over your body, through your arms, your fingers, your throat, to the back of your head, and your crown. Now I'd like you to imagine a beautiful golden iridescent thread from your womb space or your sacral to your heart. And allow this thread to link these two power centers in your body. And as you breathe, allow the energy to move from your womb space into your heart. As you breathe in, the energy moves into your heart. And as you breathe out, circles back into your womb space or your sacrum. And just feeling into this cycle through your breath. This power that lives in your body. As our heart is called our magnetic monopole. It's the center that attracts, center that brings everything that we desire to us. It's one of the most powerful centers, as well as our sacral, our womb space. And when we pair these two together, what we want to attract into our life and what we want to create and birth into our lives, they're extremely powerful. So I'd like you to just take a few breaths and allow this thread to keep moving the energy with each breath. Feel free to make sound on the out breath if that feels good. One last one. And you can just notice how you feel. Take a moment. Be with your allow these energies to nurture you. To allow your heart to open. Allow yourself to love yourself deeper. Give yourself your own medicine. And when you're ready, you can come back to the space. Come back to the room. And to me. I'd love to hear how was that for you. Would like to share.
Wonderful, very, very relaxing, I'd say. Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Hope you're feeling good in your body, connected.
It was nourishing.
Oh, I'm so glad, love. So glad. It was a beautiful feeling within. Thank you, Jen. So I'm also seeing your other comments. I've been dealing with past energies. I'm doing gene keys and the dream arc. That's amazing. Everything is landing to me in a dream I have. The card falls right in line telling me about being true to myself. And the journey with the gene keys is so much about coming back to ourselves. And so I love that. I love that it's so aligned for you. It's beautiful. All right. Well, we are at the hour, but I'd love to leave you with some journaling prompts to, either after this session or whenever you would like to feel into these questions. Hold on. Feel into these questions. Sorry, John, can I ask you to mute again, please? Because I can hear the static on your end. Thank you. Thank you. So for our journaling prompts, feel into, I have two main ones that really wanted to channel through. And those are, let's see if I can mute. I don't know if you can hear me, John. Can you mute yourself, please? I think it's good. No? Can do that. Okay, perfect. Yes. So we have two main ones that wanted to come through is to inquire, where am I compromising my sovereignty? This is going to be super aligned for you, Kim, and beautifully aligned with the card pull. Where am I compromising my sovereignty? And sovereignty just means, it can mean with boundaries, it can mean in relationships, it can mean in your work and the way you do things, maybe the way you run your business right now, the way you're marketing, or how you spend your time. It could be in your health journey. For me, it's very much about my health right now. A lot of focus about my physical body, about how I'm treating my body, which has shown signs of, distress as I'm coming back home to who I am and stepping more into my sovereignty. It's like so many health issues and physical issues have come up. So it's made me really look at like how I'm treating myself, how I think about my body, what's the relationship to my body. And so for you, it can be in any aspect, just giving you some examples. And the second question, what aspects of my life feel like home? Where do I feel safe? What aspects in my life feel very secure, and where do I need to focus on cultivating more safety? And that also means, again, the same thing in your work. If you have your own business or in your relationships, where are you not feeling completely nurtured and completely safe and completely free to be who you are? And that's it. We're gonna leave it there, those two journaling prompts. So if you want to share, I would love it. But it's not necessary, and we can just close here if you like. But gonna give you a few minutes to unmute if you want and share. And Kim, leave me a comment. Let me know how this was for you if you'd like. You're so welcome. Okay, I think we're gonna close our beautiful circle. John, you unmuted. Do you want to say something?
Well, just Farah, thank you very much. Thank you. It's been lovely this time.
You're so welcome. Thank you for joining us. I know you're in South Africa. I don't even know what time it is for you.
Yeah, thank you for holding the space for.
No, just off. Yeah.
Sorry, didn't hear Palumi. What did you say, love? The last thing?
Yeah, I just said thank you for holding the space. Like your spaces really make me feel very calm. Thank you so much.
So glad. Take it into your life and allow it to nurture you. I'm so glad. You're so welcome. So my friends, thank you so much for being here with me and for, sharing the space and our collective energy. It's so, so powerful. And yeah, learning about ourselves, our evolution. Thank you so much for sharing this. And I am going to try to make these circles kind of more regular so that we have a space to meet, to tune in, to drop in, and just create a lovely space to come together and commune. And because that's what my soul is really calling me to do. And I've been putting it off just because I don't even know, so many constructs and excuses for not holding the space, not enough time, who will show up, blah, 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 blah. So I am not, this is me stepping into my sovereignty and my soul calling is to do more of these. And so I'm definitely going to be holding this space. And because you've signed up to the email, you'll be receiving like notifications of when they happen. And whenever you're available, you can tune in. So thank you so much. Sending you all so much love. And on the replay as well, let me know how this landed for you. And thank you for being here. Bye.